Now, Nowhere to Run, a Van Damme movie from 1993, is extremely familiar. There is something about the actual tale that feels as if it's a movie I've seen before countless times. But there's something kind of interesting about it. There's something that really works about this movie that makes it fun to watch, that makes it rise above that typical storyline that it has. Written by Joe Esterhaus in the early 90s when he was firing out scripts left, right and centre, this one feels as if it's been kind of retrofitted for a Van Damme movie. You know, it feels as if they've had a crux of a story, a dramatic through line, and added Van Damme into it. And that's not a bad thing, because you get something here that's a little bit different than most Van Damme movies. It feels as if there's a little bit of heart, a little bit of emotion, and a story driving this one forward. At the start, we see Van Damme on a prison bus being escorted to his jail when he's broken out. His partner is killed in this action, and he's just, camping out in the woods, getting away from all the hubbub and just trying to survive and let the city search parties fade away a little bit. And that's when he discovers the farmhouse of Rosanna Arquette and her 2 children. And he's kind of breaking in there and stealing little bits of food, and this kind of alludes to the larger grandiose story. We have someone, a businessman, who wants to buy up Rosanna Arquette's house. He wants that property because it's kind of in the middle of his development land that he's making. He needs it, and he's going to do anything he can to get her out, as well as some of the other stalwarts of the community who aren't really ready to sell either. And his tactics are really nefarious, bringing in Ted Levine to be all Buffalo Billish and start to scare people out of their homes, burn them out of the homes if they need to, kill them if we really need to get to that state. But of course, Van Damme intercedes when Arquette is being attacked, and he just kicks the ass of these guys, and slowly but surely he's invited into her property and starts to build a relationship with these, forgetting all about the fact that he's a criminal on the run, and starts to ingratiate himself into the family, doing tasks, helping out, bonding with the children, and stopping the bad guys from getting what they really want. And it's very typical in its storyline. There's not really any surprises. The movie goes exactly the way you're thinking it's going to go, yet somehow it is captivating and it's fun to watch, and it does feel as if it's got a little bit of emotion and heart to it. This is a character who's on the run, someone who's made a lot of choices that have come back to haunt him, and now he's trying to make amends for all those bad choices by helping someone in danger who is really friendly towards him. And it's not for anything. He's got cash, he could escape and leave these people, they're not his responsibility, but to see that weight on the character of doing the right thing is really interesting. And I think Van Damme gives a really good performance here, as well as the exciting action set pieces that it has. It is a really kind of emotive performance that he has, something that's a little bit different than most of his other movies. And I like the relationship between the kids and between Rosanna Arquette. I like Ted Levine as the bad guy, and these businessmen who were less than caring about the current community and more about the bucks. And it's just a story that works. It's a story that has a unique setting. The look of it, the cinematography is fun, the idea of it, the small bits of humour that come out of the movie are really fun and interesting. Add a little bit of levity to it. The action set pieces, which aren't many of them, are really well done. They're well constructed and they're interesting to watch. There's one later on that feels a little bit tacked on out of nowhere, where all these policemen turn up in the middle of nowhere and start chasing them, but it just offers up a fun dirt-bike chase. It's interesting enough because there's people on horses. It's different. There's a scene where there's a fire where Van Damme has to kind of save the day, and there's some real tension and suspense there as he struggles to stop this place from exploding. It's got enough different elements and a character that I really kind of liked. One who was a little bit guarded, but then slowly started to open himself up and was accepted into this family, a life that he possibly could have had had he taken a different path. Nowhere to Run was really great. I loved it, and like I keep saying, the story was typical and uninspired. But even from that big down point, the movie was really good and fun, and one that I will definitely get back to. I loved Nowhere to Run. It was a great flick, and I highly recommend it. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment box below. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.